How to choose an ISP in the US and Canada. I'm Huey Poplock. What's a good internet speed? 0 to 5 megabits per second. You can check email, streams music on one device, and you probably can do a Zoom meeting. 5 to 40 megabits per second. Stream on one device, and some others you can see. 40 to 100 megabits works for streaming HD video on a few devices and downloading large files. Above that, 100 to 500 megabits, you can do quite a bit. And of course, 500 to a gigabit or more works for doing almost anything. Speed tests. How accurate are they? Sadly, they're often not at all accurate. Sometimes an internet speed test isn't accurate because the method the service uses isn't great. When you start a speed test, multiple things occur. First, the client determines your location and the closest test server to you. With the test server in place, the speed test sends a simple signal, a ping, to the server and it responds. The test measures that round trip in milliseconds. After the ping is complete, the download test begins. The client opens multiple connections to the server and attempts to download a small piece of data. At this point, two things are measured: how long it took to grab the fragment of the data and how much of your network resources it used. If the client detects that you have room to spare, it opens more connections to the server and downloads more data. The general idea is to tax your internet connection and see how much it can do simultaneously. Next is the upload test. It's essentially the same process as the download test, but in reverse. Instead of pulling data from your server to your PC, the client uploads data from your PC to the server. Let's look at a few speed tests. First, we'll go to Google and type in speed space test. We get a blue box. We click on that blue box and we get a speed test. And this is the result we got from that test. Next, we go to speedtest.net. We run the test, and this is what the result we got. Then we ran the same test, but from Ookla's app, and this is the result we got. And then finally, we ran Frontier's own speed test, and this is the result. How to choose an internet service provider in the US and Canada. Let's look at the US first using highspeedinternet.com. This is the website. Let's just look down. It just gives you some information. You can search by any state, information about them. But to get the information you want to put in your zip code. Let's use mine to begin with. At the top is an ad, and then below that are the different internet service providers, or ISPs, in my zip code. Xfinity, Spectrum, Earthlink, Frontier, T-Mobile, Home Internet, and Viasat, and Suncoast Broadband. And you can see what their top speeds are for download. I'm using Frontier, and I can get up to 2,000 megabits per second or 2 gigabits. Let's look at the plans. It takes you directly to their website, the Frontier website. It does not give you an intermediary that makes money on it, although this website may get some click-through benefits. But you can see what service they have, and you can contact them for more information. Then they have a lot of information on their pages, of course. They're advertising their service. So you can choose any of the plans and then take a look at information about it. Let's go back to the first page, and let's put another zip code in. Let's take one in Mesa, Arizona, for instance. Again, an ad at the top, and then there are just a few services that are available in Mesa, but Cox is one that has up to 1,000 megabits per second or 1 gigabit. So let's take a look at their plans. Takes you again to their page. And it gives you various plans that they have available. Now, they may not be all available at your address, and so you do have to put that information in, and then they will tell you if you have certain services available for that area. So that's highspeedinternet.com. How to find an internet service provider if you live in Canada. Saying that the highspeedinternet.com is only for the US, I looked for a similar website for Canada. Came across a couple. This is the one that I chose to take a look at with you. And it's called Whistle Out. It wants here, instead of a zip code, a street address. But let's take a look down here a little bit more. There is some information, some news. Again, a list of providers in the various areas, and then choose the right internet plan. In other words, some information on how to do so. And then it lists the major companies in Canada, and you can click on any of those and go to their page as well. But let's come back up here to the top, and let's go ahead and put in an address in Comox, British Columbia. And we search. Just like highspeedinternet.com, it gives us a list of various companies that are available in that area. And a little bit different, they give some of the pricing right here as well at different speeds. And you can come all the way down towards the bottom and get more results and get faster and faster speeds and load more results, and we get more. And there's one that you can get up to 2,500 megabits per second, or 2.5 gigabits. Let's take Shaw right here, this one. They call it Fiber Plus Gig. It tells you that it's $99 a month. And it gives you information on the speeds and what the upload speed will be as well. And then some extras. So it gives you a lot of information for you to decide which service you want wherever you are in Canada. Now let's go back to the internet here at Whistle. They do have some sections that you can look up as well. Best internet for Zoom. Check your internet speed so you can test your internet speed directly from this website as well. Not very accurate. I wouldn't go by that. So that's Whistle Out for Canada. They also have cell phones and some iPhone details if you want to take a look at that as well. How to choose an ISP in the US and Canada. I'm Huey Poplock.